Today, join us as we get behind-the-scenes access at Etihad Aviation Training to see where Etihad trains its cabin crew, everything from service standards to emergency evacuations, and later we take a look at pilot training as well, and I'll have the chance to try and land an A380 in the full-motion simulator. Can I do it? Stay tuned. Welcome, we're in Abu Dhabi, and today we're at the Etihad Aviation Training Center. Complete with cabin mock-ups, simulators, you name it. We're going to see all about what goes into the training of Etihad's staff, employees, flight attendants, and more. So join me, let's check it out, let's see what we see. Should be really cool to get another insight into Etihad's operations, very behind the scenes here. And I hope that I get to go down a slide today. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it's always a highlight in one of these things.
And these are our first class seats. We train the cabin crew on how to operate the seats. Also, we have service training here. This is the training for 787. This is a cabin crew initial class. What class number are they?
1011, so 1011.
And our lovely trainer Anika.
Hi, nice to meet you.
She's also a regulatory trainer, also a part-time cabin crew, and she's just familiarizing them with different functions of the business class.
Great.
And show the different products in business class.
Oh, yeah.
So the crew that's being trained now, they actually bring the products to give them a first-hand experience. So when they go on board, they know exactly how to present it to the guests and everything.
How will I know that the seat is in the upright position? Can you look down below? There is a green light here. Can you see here, guys? There's a green light here. It's telling you that the seat is in the upright position. Right down there, I will see two indicators. Can you see two indicators? Yes. It's not illuminated yet. On the aircraft, when you put the seat in the upright position, I will see green. What is the other light for? The other light is for in case the passenger is using the charging of the phone. What does it say? It says forward, aft, it says backrest, and it says seat pan. Alright? On the classroom, we will show you how the seat moves manually. Okay? Which function is activated. You can hear a sound. Can you hear a mild sound? Now, where do I find the life jacket for the seat? Underneath the seat cushion here, right in the front. Can you see I'm lifting up this panel here? Okay, right in front here is where I will find the life jacket. That's where the life jacket compartment is for the business class.
So funny to be in a crew rest mock-up of all things. Seems like the real thing. Well, it's a little more echoey than the real one. The real ones tend to have nicer sound, I guess from dampening insulation so that the crews can sleep better. At least in the ones I've been on, I noticed that. That was especially evident in the video I did on South African Airways A340. I'll put a link up top here to that video in case you missed that one, but you can really hear the difference there in terms of how the sound is in the regular cabin and in the crew rest.
Our flights that depart after 10 o'clock local time, and the flying time is more than 6 hours 30 minutes, the crew can't get rest because of the time of departure. You know, otherwise they get tired, they get fatigued, so they are allowed to have rest during that time as well. However, not for 3 hours, but maybe an hour, hour and a half, depends on what is the flight duration. If they land in the sea, what they need to do to survive, how they need to board the raft, inflate their life jackets, etc. We also have different positions called help and huddle, which the cabin crew are expected to know to retain their body heat. It's quite a nice experience for them also. Yeah. Are unwell or they get incapacitated, how to operate the seat to remove them from it. 7, for example, all of them are slide rafts. However, on the 320, 321, they are not flying over water for an extended period, so we don't need a raft. So we only have a slide.
This is a full motion cabin crew simulator, so they can simulate things that would happen, make it feel as if they're taking off, landing, whatever the case may be. So interesting, I've never seen one of these before. You know, full motion sims for pilot training, but not for cabin crew training. Pretty cool. You even have that A350 winglet outside.
Yes. We can even change the visuals. I'm not sure if it works now. Bell sign has come on.
What is worth bringing up and what's not, or you say just anything that seems out of the
We
ordinary?
tell them anything that you feel and your sixth sense says is wrong, you should call them. Because, especially things like vapor of fuel, that's something we also smell at a gas station, but it's not very common to have that on the aircraft.
Yeah.
So especially these are exits that are called L3, R3, which are near the wings. So that's where the refueling actually takes place. So we ask them to, be vigilant. We always have one cabin crew in the vicinity of those exit pairs. Doors which are opened are manned by cabin crew. So a lot of precautions are taken. So God forbid if something does go wrong, there's a fuel leak or something, they can straight away, initiate that call, inform the captain, and the captain will tell us what needs to be done next. Just different functions where we can simulate motion and the flight plan. So right now we are in cruise, but I can also go back to parking, taxi, takeoff. We also have an option of adding turbulence.
Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Welcome. Now, I turn it on. How do I confirm the oxygen is flowing?
From the green area.
The green portion, yeah, is inflated, or the inline flow indicator is turning green. Agreed? Yeah? Okay. When do I stop using it? When the pressure gauge reaches
100.
500 only.
500.
Why? Because in case of decompression, I need to use it for myself. Yeah?
This is really cool. It's a board full of emergency equipment, everything that you might find on board. So you have everything from bandages to horns, flashlights, and treated drinking water. Really cool to see. And emergency locator transmitters. ELT, is that what that stands for? You can let me know in the comments if I got that wrong.
So now what we're going to do an emergency operation, right? I'll make sure that the door is armed and exit is clear.
This is the captain. Evacuate, evacuate.
Seatbelts off! Leave everything! Seatbelts off! Leave everything! Seatbelts off! Leave everything! Come this way! Jump and slide! Come this way! Jump and slide! Now, what are the potential failures that we might be having? EPAS failure, very good. That means slide inflation. So if the EPAS fails, what can I do? Push the door until the door is fully open. Very good. And what if my slide fails to inflate? What can I do? Move the manual inflation handle. Where is the manual inflation handle located?
Third bar right.
Right hand side. Very good.
Seatbelts off! Leave everything! Seatbelts off! Leave everything! Seatbelts off! Leave everything! Seatbelts off! Leave everything! Come this way! Jump and slide! Come this way! Jump and slide!
So let's discuss. What was this? EPAS failure, right? So in reality, he assessed the outside conditions, he checked his door is armed, secured himself, opened up the door to the command position, right? And he kept shouting the commands. However, my door actually failed to inflate. So what did we do? We pushed the door until the door is fully open. So can you imagine you opening the door and these are the outside conditions? Is this actually safe to evacuate? No, you would block an exit and go in. Redirect. Sounds good?
So we have two slides. We only use that one though. And we make them jump and slide from there. And for safety reasons, of course, we put mattresses so they don't injure themselves. Yeah.
Now this is the flight simulator, and if you have a look, we have economy and business class, and we have crew seats. So during this scenario, the aircraft will be in the air, so we'll basically experience decompression, turbulence. Now it's their first time to try that. Okay, we want them to have the real life scenario of rapid or slow decompression. So we observe how they react after their training, and then we give them feedback and assist them to improve on how to do it on a better scenario, in the next scenario or in the real life, basically.
Very good. There was very foggy, it was very shaky, and the mask has dropped down. So this is definitely, and she said it was cold as well. Cold is a standard here. Okay. Now, was the announcement there?
Yes.
Yes. However, can I still instruct my passengers? Don the masks, fasten your seatbelts, and you've done an excellent job. Did you follow, passengers?
I saw you doing that.
Did you guys follow? You did, all of you. Excellent. All right. Now, which PA was done by the captain? This is the captain. Emergency descent. So now, I'm relieved my captain is alive. So we had a lot of problems, but I heard the captain and I know captain is all right. So we were descending, and the next PA was, this is the captain, passenger and crew remained on oxygen. Oh, however, my duty is to see if there was any injuries. Was there any injuries?
Yes.
100%. Did you report it to the captain?
Yes.
That was also a big issue for the captain as well. Captain also wants to know if there is any damage in the aircraft fuselage. So, hey captain, there is a seat that is damaged. There is the doors that damaged the ceiling. Your duty was to report all of this and then to secure yourself for landing. When you secure yourself, make sure everyone is fully strapped. Which call happened? L-CCC call. Everyone report. Cabin is secured. Cabin crew seats for arrival. More than ever now you're thinking alert. Because you know something is already not okay. So now you're thinking what's next.
Actually, this is the room when they're gonna start receiving the training regarding stellar imaging. If you can observe that we have some example of the uniform. This is the uniform for the cabin managers. We have cabin seniors, and we have also the cabin crew. We have this amazing team, the trainers. They provide some guidelines related to the stellar imaging. They teach them how they're supposed to have the hair. They teach them how they can make the makeup, how can they place the scarf. So they receive like a full training about the stellar imaging.
The A mode might have different things inside, whether it's gonna be safety equipment inside, like fire extinguisher, oxygen bottle with oxygen mask, ELT, so on and so forth. Depends on your location, depends on your CCQRH, you're gonna know what's inside the A mode. It might be empty as a stowage where you need to open and perform your security search inside of it, or it can have one of the screens like RCC or the CAP, which is the cabin attendant panel as well.
This is the residence for the 380, and we have special first class crew who actually are trained specifically for this cabin. As you can see, it's a wonderful, wonderful product that we have on Etihad. These are the residence seats, so the passengers sit here for takeoff and landing. We add new movies, new packages for Wi-Fi, everything is controlled by these systems. So when we are training the onboard leaders how to operate this, we basically give them a hands-on training, so when they go on board, they are just ready to do the flight. Mock-up. So this actually flies mostly intra-Gulf and towards the Indian subcontinent, and it's also a part of one of our biggest fleets.
I love all the service items that Etihad is using these days, the Armani Casa in-flight services range, and here we can look at them all lined up. So I've gotten to see some of them in flight, using them as a passenger, of course, in business class, but it's cool to see them all in a row here in this kind of display case. And especially fun is this little selection down here that apparently they're giving out on all the new Mediterranean routes that they're launching this year. It's a kind of gift bag that passengers get on the inaugural flights, which is really cool. I want one.
So we start with this one. This is our new amenity kit in collaboration with Giorgio Armani. Here we have together the business class range, which is the mini folio and the cube, together with the first class in residence, which is the large folio. We recently introduced the summer kit. We wanted to make it fun for them. So we are ensuring that our guests, when they go to their destination, they think of us and they have something to enjoy. The economy cabin is all about sustainability and reusability. We used to have a lot of single-use plastic on top of the tray, so now everything that is on top of the tray is about sustainability. At the end of the life cycle, every item will be taken back by the supplier. This will be grounded and will be the material will be used to produce new item again.
So with the business class equipment, we've recently introduced our Armani Casa range. Now, in collaboration with Armani Casa, we've looked at how do we incorporate the pieces of Abu Dhabi, hence the name Constellation Collection. So you'll see across the range, we've got small touches of the constellation, and the constellation is really us looking at how our forefathers used the stars to guide us to the future, and this is our plan for the 2030 vision as well. How do we move forward as an airline? For example, the stirrer, this symbolizes the aircraft propeller. Together with the Armani Casa dining range, we also have the glassware range. Throughout the entire program, our main concern was how do we focus on weight. So we were able to achieve an approximate 10% weight saving across the program. And that comes down to the type of material that we use, maybe the thickness of the bowl, but then also still links into the durability. Sustainability for us isn't only about less fuel or weight, but it's also how durable is the product that I don't need to change it as often. So sustainability is across the board, not only as weight or fuel for that matter. Further to our range of amenities in our premium cabins, we've said how can we have something that symbolizes a gift and that supports reusability after the flight as well. The Etihad Economy Tote Bag. So available in 3 different colors across the network. The gold will be for the outbound, and then the blue and the green is for inbound, depending on where you fly in from. For aviation geeks, that's quite nice because it actually symbolizes our Manchester City aircraft and then our Greenliner aircraft as well. And then you'll be able to see that it has the aircraft registrations on there as well. So a nice little collectability piece for our aviation geeks. With the tote bag, we thought on how that is presented. That is now on the seat, and that has also supported us to remove all plastic packaging. So that was a big win for us in terms of sustainability, but also a big win for our guests, that they have something more to take home with them afterwards. And then as well have a collection to share with their friends and either go to the gym, go to the mall, go do grocery shop.
Pilot training is not only in the simulator, but it also starts in our so-called APT or FTD, flight training device. And that is basically the precursor to the full flight simulator, FFS. So you will see now here that we can use this device. I show you the 350 because it's currently in use. And you will see that this device can be used for training without having the increased workload from the crew because it's not moving. So basically for every simulator we have also the FTD for that. So at the beginning of the pilot training we start in an FTD and then we expand to the full flight simulator.
Hello, good afternoon. We have 2 new cadets.
Hi.
From Cathay, very nice guys, and we are now working on some cockpit preparation and SOPs.
always the highlight of any training center, training facility visit is to test out one of the full motion simulators. It's a rare treat, and this is the A380 simulator. First time for me. Gonna try and land this super jumbo.
Where I would like you to be, 12.5. So now the aircraft wants to accelerate, so you have to slightly push the nose down.
Almost as cool as doing the simulator myself is being a passenger in the simulator, which feels like being in a real aircraft. It's so strange. It's truly lifelike, really believable. And we've got a first-time pilot in the left seat attempting a landing at Abu Dhabi. It's Etihad International, so it should be interesting.
That means we have to go slightly up to maintain the 3000. So is everybody ready?
Ready.
Yes. Okay, let's see what Captain Gabriel can do. And as a captain you would say now, take off.
Take off.
We read the FMA. And to the left again. Very good.
V1.
Rotate. So now you pull. Pull more. Positive time. Gear is coming up.
200. Minimum.
Continue.
80.
Start
70.
rate the
60.
descent.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Lower the nose, lower the nose.
20. Retard. Priority right.
Was a little bit too much.
Very too much, yeah.
Okay,
All right.
one more. Ready, everybody?
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Slightly down, slightly down.
12.
And up.
Oh, bounced it even.
No, no, no,
Oh.
no problem.
Okay.
When I say slightly, you really need to do slightly.
Yeah.
Slightly that you just, from your perspective, it's just 1 degree change in pitch rate, and not before 40.
Yeah.
Captain,
Yes.
please run softly.
Captain, get your act together now.
80. 70.
Slight
60.
break, the rate of
50.
descent.
40. 30. 20.
Hold
Retard.
that, hold that. Very good. Ah,
Yeah.
break two, roll out. So that's gonna be on the movie.
Fantastic.
Thanks for coming along on this one. I hope you enjoyed it. In Abu Dhabi for Flight Radar 24, I'm Gabriel Lee.